Welcome back to another entry, or video diary, or whatever, for Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, as you always see what's going on our island of Fawnhollow today. Now, as you remember to water my flowers and stuff this time, I did recent Cyrus's wedding ceremony. It was actually different this time. They asked for a, what was it? A chic ceremony. Well, they said chic, but they also had like very gothic looking wallpapers and flooring. Maybe I should have recorded it, but oh well. Not very important. Kind of makes me wish I had more decoration styles than just, what was it, cute, chic and natural. But anyway, a message from Isabel first. Hello there everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 3:25 PM on Wednesday, June 10th, 2020. Nothing to speak of today. But we'll just skip this as we go on and see what sort of mail we got today, what sort of things are going on, and while I think up a conversation topic. You know what? I actually do have a conversation topic. Because just before this, I was watching some YouTube videos, and everyone knows on YouTube you get some recommended or related videos based off other stuff. But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. Dear patron of the arts, tremble, my creation inspired by the banded dragonflies here, and this fallen world is not ready. But I can't hope to capture the majestic awe of the grandiose bugs. I hope you enjoy my attempt. Thank you, Flick. And another letter from Eric. Dear Mountain's Brain, do you like artsy stuff? Because I found something really neat when I was cleaning. It made my brain think of kind of weird thoughts just by staring at it. Isn't that cool? Now it's your turn. Thinker Eric. Did he send me an art piece? If so, thank you very much, Eric. Scary painting. Oh my word. I don't know if it's a legit one or not. Let's see. Spin this around. I think this is a real one, because a helpful tip I learned is that the real ones always have these pieces of paper on the back of a canvas, on like the easels and stuff. Not the easel, the actual back of the canvas. But fake ones don't. This is huge. Holy hell. I don't even know where we're gonna put that, but we'll deal with that in a second. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, related videos. And then one of the related videos that made me stop for a bit and think for a little while was a Pokemon competition video. And if you don't know, oh, there's a lost item over here. I used to watch some tournament-esque, the World Championship Pokemon tournaments back when, well, they used to be on before things. Let's see, the front and back has embroidered in gold thread the words "Bikers are more fun." What? Bikers are more fun. Is this Flo's? I don't understand whose this would be, to be honest. Hello, Audie. Guess what? I have something I totally need to tell you. Leaning close. Wait, what was it? Can you guess? Do you like reaction for curiosity? Because I'm doing it right now. Pretty neat, huh? Oh, thank you. For the deets, curiosity allows you to learn about the world around you. And doesn't that sound a tray fab? There we go, new reaction from Audie. Yeah, it was, the Pokemon tournament. I don't know where it was. I think it was like Oceania or something. Just saying hi. I forgot we need to return the dropped object first. Is it Flo's? I don't actually know. Like who? Bikers are better. I mean, Flo's a tough girl. Maybe she's got that sort of thing. Got that bad girl vibe, you know. But yeah, it was like a Pokemon tournament thing, and I used to watch. I say used to. I guess it's probably been a while now. We have no idea where Flo is, so this makes it difficult to talk to any of our villagers. I guess we have to sort of run around, look for Flo. We'll have a quick chat with Leif, see if he's got the holly brushes. What was I saying? I can't keep a coherent thought going. No hollies, only hibiscuses. Yeah, it was a Pokemon tournament thing, and I used to. Oh, there you are, Flo. Is this yours? I was watching. I used to watch them, like back when it was a thing, back with a legendary Pachirisu by whoever it was. Oh, it was Flo's. Back to a legendary Pachirisu. I used to watch both the actual video game tournament and the card game tournament, because I used to like Pokemon quite a lot, like competitive gameplay sort of thing. But you know, nowadays obviously don't so much anymore. I don't even know if there are any tournaments on right now. When do they take place? They take place in the summer, so it should be around now, but I imagine they can't have them going on right now because of pandemic stuff, but still. I don't know, competitive Pokemon was always something that interested me a little bit when I was younger. Maybe when I was in, let me think, maybe under primary school, maybe, so 12-ish. What are you wearing, Axel? I don't know, it looks good on you though. Yeah, competitive Pokemon. I think it's interesting how deep competitive Pokemon battling goes, isn't it? Because you wouldn't expect so much from, I suppose, what's provisionally judged as being a child's game, I suppose, Pokemon, which we know is not necessarily... Oh, hold on, we're chatting. What are we chatting about? I've been searching for a Prezi for Diana, but so far I've got nothing. Looking for presents is fun, but it's definitely stressful when nothing good turns up. Hey Chief, what do you think I should do to find a good Prezi? What I would do would be secretive research. But I think, like, Audie, you should just ask what they want, to be honest. I suppose. They def get what they want, but it won't be much of a surprise. Oh, I know. What if I ask him what they want, and I'll tell you after I find out, Audie? You're a legit sneak meister, Lily. That's a super smart play. Operation Sneak is on. Oh, who doesn't love some collaborative gift giving? Oh, we should have recorded that as well. I want to give this to you, Lily. Yeah, it's interesting how much depth there is in Pokemon, which is, excuse me, provisionally seen as, you know, as a video game, so people often see it as a toy, which I often assume is for younger audiences, and while I think it's true in some regards, it's definitely something which can appeal to younger audiences. Doesn't mean that more older audiences can't find appealing as well, especially with the amount of depth that Animal Crossing randomly goes into. Like, if you don't know about Animal Crossing, they've got things called, what are they called, individual values and effort values, which are basically like hidden stat points behind all the things. They've got natures, which boost and, what's the opposite of boosts? Diminishes power of certain stats. We've got hidden abilities, which are like hidden passive abilities, which, the Pokemon can have. There's a ridiculous amount of depth, and then like strategies and all things that you can invent up to try and develop a meta or break the meta in Pokemon. And I suppose maybe that's an inevitability with the amount of Pokemon there are, the amount of different abilities and combinations there could potentially be. But it's kind of inevitable for such a large depth to take place. But I think, you know, the built-in mechanics that are there that... Who developed it? Game Freak, right? But Game Freak themselves are put in, you know? There's something to be said about that. Oh, you also might have noticed I've moved the Windflowers here, because I was like, since we've only got like 4 Windflowers, why don't we put them in this Cosmos space anyway, and extend the Cosmoses down here? I thought that makes more sense, to me at least, but anyway. Yeah, and that depth at least, I think, maybe was perhaps my first introduction to real strategy and, I suppose any side of competitive nature of games. Of course, when I was younger, I was perhaps much more competitive with that sort of games, much more the sort of person to try and chase victories and achievements and that sort of thing, rather than being who I am now, being so laid back about everything. I just think it's interesting. Wait, wasn't Roscoe out and about? Why didn't I give him something? Oh well. We'll just give it to him afterwards. Everyone's working out. Hello, Vivian. I'm sorry. But... yeah, I don't know, just seeing that on my recommended videos, again, just brought that all back again. I should have given it a watch to really see how the meta developed in Pokemon. I don't know, back when I was interested in it, it was all about stalling, I believe. I think there was a stall meta going on with, like, impenetrable walls with ridiculous defenses and stuff. Or maybe it wasn't quite like that, maybe I just understood the meta wrong. I was kind of young, to be fair, and probably didn't understand the competitive nature of a meta and those sort of games particularly well. But I think it's really cool when games with, I didn't mean to do that, such seemingly simplistic mechanics or aesthetics and that sort of thing have a real amount of hidden depth to them that can be used as a grounds to create competitive scenes within games, Pokemon being one of them. You might say maybe Smash Bros might be one of those as well. Perhaps always, I suppose it's much easier to point out Nintendo games which often have much more simpler sort of, I don't want to say like mechanics, but simpler aesthetics and prospects compared to a lot of other games, and then they just, oh, I guess we should plant the lilies over here because it doesn't really matter that they're buds right now. that they can really harbour an interesting, a solid competitive-based community interested in using all these mechanics and developing deep strategies to their fullest and then putting them against each other. I think that's really cool. Yes, I got a better. I better not drop it. Thank the Lord, I finally got that fish from that came out in May. I was actually going to say, I was going to preface this, but being like, this is probably going to be a fishing episode because I want to get these before 4 PM fishes, which I still haven't got yet. The only one I'm missing now is a giant snakehead, which is found in ponds and is size 5, so there we go, we've got to keep an eye out for that. And then the other ones, which will be, they're all like, basically in the afternoon and evening. I didn't know you can catch a whale shark at any time though. Thank you, Eric, for the artwork. For legitimate artwork, I have no idea where you found it. It must have been cost you an arm and a leg, but thank you, Eric. What was I talking about? Yeah, Pokemon. Yeah, it's interesting. Pokemon really has a lot of depth because I suppose that's the nature of having... How many Pokemon are there now? Like 800 and something? Wait, maybe they broke the 1,000 mark. I actually can't remember. I used to know so much more about it. Like Generation 4, I suppose, is the one that... Generation 4, Generation 5, I think, was my peak Pokemon phase. And Generation 6 and 7... Wait, what generation are we on now? Wait, Generation 5 was Black and White. Generation 6 was X and Y? No, Sun and Moon. No, that's Generation 7 is Sun and Moon. And then Generation 8 is now Sword and Shield. So yeah, we're on Generation 8, I think. Ooh, I hope I got that right. No big fish in here. Any fossils up here? Not that I can see. Yeah, yeah, however many Pokemon we got now, I suppose the fact that we got so many just breeds not variability, permutations and possibilities of potential different strategies. And I know that I imagine the developers of Pokemon... Oh, you actually do have a recent Cyrus wedding plate over there, don't you? I suppose for Game Freak don't always develop a game with competitive mind inside. I think we're probably taking more thought to that now. Sylvana's photo! Thank you, Sylvana! Yay! You're going straight on the Wall of Fame of Fawnhollow. I really wish I got puddles, delis and hippos before I left, but alas, too late now. Maybe I can get their posters from... Oh, but I never took posters of them in Harv's Island. Maybe I can't. Oh well. That's a thought for another time, perhaps. You're on one strike, Purple Rose. But... What was I saying? I don't remember anymore. Something about Pokemon. Oh yeah, the fact that there's so many Pokemon just... Wait. That's what we need, right? This purple to produce a yellow one. It's a good purple to duplicate this. Oh my word. Okay, wait, hold on. What should we do with this purple rose? Where should we put this? We now know this is a good purple rose. And we know this is also a good yellow one. So breed with purple 2s with purple 2 to get a white 2. Okay, we can start moving then these ones. We don't need these anymore because we found one good purple one. We'll plant these 2 over here for now. As we relay these back and forth to Vivian's house. Finally, we're on to the next step of getting the blue rose. It's actually been so long. It's unbelievable how long it's been. So what we need to do is breed 2 of these good hybrid purples together. To get, let's see, hybrid white. That's a 25% chance. Oh gosh, we don't have enough room for that. Okay, you know what? We can just drop this here. Like, drop item. To pick this up just so we can go to Vivian's house and put these purple ones down. What was I saying? I don't remember now. Oh yeah, I was reading out the roses and we're talking about Pokemon. God, it's so hard to keep on one train of thought because as soon as something happens, you know, I feel like I have to talk about that instead. Not that I have to, but like, I want to, is probably the better phrasing. So let's put these down. So we need to get hybrid white, our second hybrid white. And then once we get that, we need to breed it with an orange. Oh, apparently 2 orange roses have a chance to get a blue rose. I actually had no idea. We should be watering the roses by Audie's house a lot more often then. It's a 6.25% chance, but about the same probability of getting a purple pansy / windflower, so... And you only need 1. Okay, that's noted. I can't believe I forgot about that. Maybe we should just plant all the orange roses down and have a big breeding session going on over there. Oh well. Anyway. Yeah, so once we get that, we breed it with an orange to get a hybrid orange, and then we breed a hybrid orange again to get a hybrid red. And then these hybrid reds have a 25% chance of getting what we want. Okay, perfect. Let's get rid of all these white roses. I'm not sure where we're going to put them. I guess we'll just scatter them about in places. I don't want to put them next to these other roses, otherwise there's a probability I'll get them confused, to be honest. What do we need this yellow one for? This yellow I don't think we need this yellow hybrid for anything. We could have put this pink flower down, I just realised. Since we're right by Lily's house anyway. Do we have spaces over here? We might have spaces over here. So I thought I'd mute myself as some loud noises were going on. Someone's like mowing the lawn or something. Much earlier. I think they basically stopped now because that was quite a few hours ago. But Lily's blank facial expression gets me every single time. I guess we'll just put all these white roses over here. Why don't we put some over here? We actually have too many flowers everywhere, but still. It's a nice flower paradise to have, to be honest. We should also move these pink flowers that are down this path somewhere else. We should put something over here. It's getting kind of empty over here, isn't it? Okay, so we know this is a good purple rose, so we're going to try and duplicate it. Actually, we could probably just extend out Rowan's house or something. Once we've done getting the blue rose, because once we get the blue rose, we'd only need 3 spaces, right? And we're going to just have it lining the path, I'd assume. Also need to duplicate that, because that's also good. And then we could extend Rowan's house maybe up to here or something. Anyway. Yeah, what was I talking about way before? I got distracted by flower hybrids? About Pokemon? Something like that, right? Yeah, Pokemon's pretty cool. And that sort of depth. Effort values. Oh no, wait, hold on, this is the most recent one. We shouldn't be doing this, we should do the older ones first, I think. Not for any apparent reason, just cause. Oh, I guess we should move them closer together though. I didn't think about this. Yeah, just by nature of having so many different Pokemon and possible combinations, I feel like it's almost expected that a competitive scene could develop out of that. I mean, I know that's not always the case. You could have tons of depth. You could have tons of variety, sorry, but no depth. In which case, I don't think a competitive scene would develop out of any sort of video game. But even if Pokemon just had a little depth, but the fact it's like the biggest multimedia franchise in the world, or any franchise maybe in the world, I think it is. It's either that or maybe like Hello Kitty. I think it's Pokemon because Pokemon has so much worldwide appeal. But yeah, I don't know what I was saying. There's the fact that you can find so much depth in something like, oh, actually we could destroy the cliff as well so we can have more space around Lily's house. I don't know, that's an interesting thought. I don't know, I'll decide later. It's not very important right now. But yeah, you can have so much depth because I just like reading about all the sort of different competitive possibilities and teams that people come up with because I think it's pretty interesting in its own right, in my own personal opinion. Like things like, simple things like, you know, there's a move called Trick Room. Oh, that's from Genji. A doghouse? That actually seems like a really good furniture item to put out someone's house. Maybe like Diana's, maybe. Maybe Diana's got a very natural theme going on. Probably, who would own a dog? Probably no one, because this is Animal Crossing. Who are we not giving presents to? Roscoe? Did we give one to Audie? We might not have given one to Audie. We didn't. I know myself all too well now. I actually can't remember what I was talking about. What was it? Oh, there's a move called Trick Room. Audie's photo? Excuse me? Another photo. Yay. I think Lily joined in with celebrations too. I don't think I gave one to Flo either. No, I did. Maybe summer only seems hot because we say it's hot. What if we all started saying it's cold instead? Interesting. That's a hot take right there, Flo. I don't know if Roscoe's around here anymore. If not, let's go put these photos up in our house, I think. Yeah. Finally, I'm getting around to this point. There's a move in Pokemon called Trick Room, which what basically does, it inverts what the speed stat does in Pokemon. So normally in Pokemon, there's actually two things. There's moves with priority, which means they'll go first no matter what. But then if two moves have the same priority, then the Pokemon with a faster speed stat is going to go first. This now I do things. But what Trick Room does is it inverts what speed does, so then the slower Pokemon goes first. And then the fact that you can develop so many interesting strategies and team compositions on that, I think is just extremely interesting. That's not what I meant to do. Whose photo is first? Sylvana's photo is first? Oh, it's adorable. And apparently they make you lucky as well, so there you go. I just wish I could put them higher up without it. Oh my god, all these is gorgeous. Look at that. I wish I could put them higher up so we can still see them. Unfortunately, we can't, I believe. Barely. Anyway. Yeah, but the fact it's such a simple ability, but just things like that, you know, that can spawn such interesting strategies and compositions. I don't know. I think that just interests me. I think I just like I can't go through this gap. How much space do you take up, Waterfish? Apparently quite a lot. Now I'm saying this out loud. I think I'm the sort of person who's interested in competitive strategies and stuff in these games. Like, in concept, but I just don't want to do it myself, you know? I think that's just who I am. I think this goes back to like that Bartle, was it like taxonomy of players or whatever it was called. You know, I like seeing interesting interactions and things that you can come up with, and I like to, if I was more into that sort of thing, I would like to be the person to come up with interesting team strategies and wow new meta shifts and all that sort of thing, but I don't have that competitive drive to really push myself forward and, you know, be the best at that sort of thing. Which, you know, I think it's completely fine. I have nothing against it. I've no sour notes about the fact that I don't have a strong competitive drive anymore. Because, I mean, I'm perfectly happy with it, you know? If I wasn't happy with it, that'd be a different story, but I am, so, you know, that's just who I am. I just want to be me, that sort of thing. But yeah. I don't know, but it's just things like that. Maybe it's like team synergy and things like that. I'm really into it. Even when it comes up with like of anything, just any sort of meta, any sort of strategy, you know. Even in weird places, I just like to hear about like what role that everyone can play in a team or that sort of thing. I didn't expect to have any new fossils here. It's going to be a while until we get that final fossil. The fact that we got two of them so quickly after each other really recently is just mind-boggling. But we'll donate this back to fish. And then go try fishing for, what was the other one we're missing? A giant snakehead, right? Yeah, giant snakehead. The betta has long fins and beautiful colouring. It is a tropical fish popular in decorative aquariums. They're very territorial and will fight to complete exhaustion, so aquarists must keep them carefully. Rarely do such beauty and violence commingle outside the rowdiest of sunset viewing parties. Commingle? Never even heard of that word before, to be honest. Oh, commingle, not commingle. I'm stupid. Oh my word. Oh my god, do you ever get that? You just see a word? Oh, this happened with me to the word epitome. If you don't know the word epitome, I'll type it out for you. In case, I don't know, you're learning English through my videos, that'd be kind of weird. But this is how epitome is written. Like that. And I had never seen someone read out the word epitome before, so I always read it separately as epitome, but I also knew of a word epitome, and I realised I knew they had the same definition. It just took me until, let me think, I was about 15 when I think our English teacher wrote down the word epitome or something. No, she like spelled it out for someone because he asked like, how do you spell epitome? And then it just clicked in my mind. I was like, oh my god, epitome and epitome are the same word. And epitome isn't even a word. I forgot to donate the painting, which we will do just now. But I felt like such an idiot when I found it out. I don't feel like such an idiot anymore. I mean, it is obviously quite a stupid mistake, but still. Things like that happen, you know? I read a really nice comment, I think, on the internet at some point that if you don't know how to pronounce a word, but you know what it is, and you know how to write it, spell it. Have we already donated for scary painting? I think we might have already donated for scary painting, which is why we can't donate it. Which honestly is upsetting, but I have a feeling we do. Let's have a quick look. We already donated scary painting. Are you telling me we have 2 legitimate works of art of scary painting? That's fine, I'll just give this to Benedict or something whenever he plays again. He doesn't really play Animal Crossing anymore, so that's why all the gifts are sort of piling up and all the flowers. But whatever. But anyway, the comment I read was something like, if you know how to spell the word and you know the definition of it, but you don't know how to read it, it probably means that you read it in a book somewhere. So that means you learnt your vocab from... I didn't mean to place that, I meant to drop it. You learnt your vocab from reading books, you know? And that's not something to be made fun of. And you know, when I read that, I was like, you know, that's fair. I respect that. Maybe that's why. Maybe I read epitome just in a book somewhere, and then for some reason thought it said epitome. I mean, maybe not for some reason. But the more I think about it, I always feel like I read words just like completely wrong. But I don't... I'll preface this by saying I don't have dyslexia. At least I'm rather sure I don't have dyslexia or anything of that ilk. But the thing I'm always reminded of is when I used to play Neopets, if you know what that is. It was a virtual pet game based on a browser ages and ages ago. I mean, it's still going on, but like it's not nearly as popular as it is nowadays. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm just running between the ponds trying to see if a giant snake mouth has spawned anywhere. We need to give Roscoe a gift, but he's sitting down. I'm just going to do this for like the last few minutes because what else is there to do? But the amount of times I read the pet species names wrong, like there's a pet species called Mirka and I always read it as Marika for some reason. The amount of times I've done that with simple words. Actually, another one that recently came up was it happened in Terraria. There's a potion. You can get types of potions in the game. There's a potion called the Danger Sense potion, and this entire time I was talking to like Matt about it or something. I was like, "Oh, can you grab a Dangerous potion from the chest?" And he was like, "What's a Dangerous potion?" And he was like, "Do you mean Danger Sense potion?" And then it just clicked to my mind. For some reason, I read the words Danger Sense as Dangerous, like D-A, like danger, E-U-S-E, which isn't even a word as far as I know. But it just my mind just like saw like half of the letters and just like smashed them together. I was like, yeah, that's probably saying like dangerous or something. Oh, Roscoe, come back here. No, I ruined my flowers. Oh well. Of course you're gonna... Oh, I haven't given it to someone else as well. Oh, Diana. Of course. I don't think she was in her home, was she? If she was, I didn't notice, and I'm very sorry. We can check very quickly. We've only got a minute though. I don't think we're going to get giant snakehead. I think this is one of the ones that I might need to get a load of bait for. Or just get super lucky. Oh, she was in her home. We just didn't visit for some reason. She's probably DIY crafting because no one else was DIY crafting from what I remember. So we'll pick up this DIY recipe, or maybe she's not. Let's see. Yep. She's very crafty and I've got to give her that. I'm sorry, Diana. A golden seat. We already got one of these, I believe. I sure do. And then we'll wrap up this episode here, pretty much. The majority of this episode is just me talking about competitive Pokemon, despite not knowing much about the meta or anything that develops behind it. It's just things like that are so interesting. I love people who break down things, like experts who break down things and in-depth strategy on that for rookies and noobs like me. I wonder if there's that sort of video series like that. I think I talked about this before when I was talking about the Cracking the Cryptic channel, who do these like Sudoku and other sort of similar puzzles videos, and he explains what he's doing as he goes along for people who even have a basic Sudoku knowledge. And stuff like that is so interesting to me. But anyway, I think we'll round off this episode here. We'll have one last check over the 3 ponds. Maybe I should just make a load of artificial ponds. That's an interesting thought. That is a really interesting thought. I don't know. Anyway, as we check up with these last few ponds, I think we'll wrap up this episode here. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I've been Dear Darling. And, well, I hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. And as we check this final pond, unless it's got a giant fish in it, it's until next time. So until then, bye-bye for now.